Last week, I was 1 for 1 with my earnings predictions. Let's see if I can go 4 for 4 for the week of November 7th, 2022. First up is Blue Apron with their earnings on Monday. If you don't know much about Blue Apron, they're a company that puts together meals and recipes for people that don't like cooking. So their business model is made for people like me. However, due to current economic conditions, I think that people will have canceled their subscription to the service and just go shopping themselves. Of course, the professional analysts feel the same way, and are predicting a loss of 55 cents per share. However, Earnings Whispers says there will be about a 3-cent per share miss on this expectation, which means that the real earnings per share, or in this case losses per share, will be around 58 cents per share. But let's take a deeper look into the past earnings of Blue Apron. They missed their last estimate due to price increases, and given that inflation hasn't really been curbed, I would expect this to be true for quarter 3 as well. One last check will be against the fellow competitor, HelloFresh. And I didn't really believe that HelloFresh had stock, but surprisingly they do. It's just that it's a German company, and in order to trade it, you'd have to do over-the-counter in America, which is kind of cringe. Not so surprising, though, is that HelloFresh also missed their quarter 3 earnings expectations. With all these previous indicators, which, as we all know, definitely predict future success, it seems like Blue Apron will miss their already negative earning expectations. Now on to Warren Buffett's newest child, Occidental Petroleum Corporation, with their earnings on Tuesday. Full disclosure, this name is kind of long, so when writing the script I just copy and pasted the name so I didn't have to spend 5 minutes writing it all out. The one thing that will also be copied and pasted, though, is the better than expected Q3 earnings between ExxonMobil, Chevron, and come Tuesday, Occidental Petroleum Corporation. The energy sector in general has been on fire this year, pun intended, and I'm very disappointed in selling my shares of Exxon earlier due to the massive growth of these companies. Pair the successful earnings of its peers with an earnings whisper prediction of beating expected earnings, and I think it's pretty safe to bet that OXY will also beat their expectations. And plus, you can never go wrong when Warren Buffett owns like 20% of the company. Now on to Wendy's Wednesday. And this stock is my personal stock pick for the week. If you'd like to read a more seriously toned analysis, check out the article I wrote about this stock on my website at sellingtheta.com. Link will be in the bio. Essentially, Wendy's will beat earnings because McDonald's beat their Q3 earnings, and this is because when economic pressure is applied to consumer, they will begin to search for cheaper alternatives. Wendy's is a fast food restaurant which sells pretty alright, tasting cheap food. I think their fries are really, really, really yummy, which alone is enough to be bullish on the stock. But more seriously, fast food, in the same vein as budget stores such as Dollar Tree, see increased sales in periods of high economic stress. And since we're in a period of such high economic stress, it makes sense for Wendy's to see better than expected earnings. To support this, Wendy's has a 1 cent higher expected earnings per share on Earnings Whisper, and so it looks like tendies are back on the menu. From fast food to now luxury brands, I really do cover it all. But while I just said that consumers look for cheaper alternatives during periods of high economic stress, I'm going to be like the typical stock experts and contradict myself. Ralph Lauren will beat earnings expectations. I'm not familiar with this company, but it is a competitor to Ralph Lauren. Contour Brands, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, had an earnings beat for quarter 3. And if the parent company of Wrangler and Lee Jeans can excel in current market conditions, then I'd imagine that Ralph Lauren can do pretty well as well. And not that it is the law, but Earnings Whispers also has a projected earnings beat of 6 cents per share. So I think that Ralph Lauren will do pretty okay on Thursday. I'm really looking forward to earnings this week. There should be another earnings prediction video next week where I will do the same thing, but for different stocks, obviously. And hopefully I'll be 5 for 5 on my predictions. Let me know what your thoughts are for this week's earnings in the comments. And if you like this video, it would be pretty neat if you left a like and subscribed as well. But anyway, happy investing.
This is not financial advice. Every investor should invest in companies and utilize strategies that maximize their financial goals within their personal risk tolerance. Trading options is a risky investment strategy.